We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears as we invade your mind with our scary rhymes and some tales that can be gory. As you bear witness and sit here and listen to our poetic horror stories. Is there a place in your home that makes you feel uneasy? Something about it just makes you feel creepy. Well, I do. There is an extra room in the back of my house. Me and my family use it as a storage room. There's things in there we are not ready to throw out. I hate going into that room for any reason at all. There is something about it that makes my skin crawl. Now, don't get me wrong. Nothing crazy has happened in that room so far. But nevertheless, when I get close to it, I feel afraid and overwhelmed. Maybe it's just my overactive imagination that is filling me with hesitation. I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to place my finger on it. But I feel a sense of dread whenever I walk by that room. It's like something lurking in the darkness is calling out to me to seal my fate and doom. To tell you the truth, it's just a weird freaking room. No one else in my family picks up on this room essence. Just me. They don't feel what I feel. They don't see what I see. Let me give you a description of what this room looks like and feels like to me. And maybe you too can have an understanding. This is just a friendly reminder to please like and comment to let us know how we are doing so far. We would love to hear from you all. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of the PHS crew. And we thank you. When I approach that side of my house, it's like stepping into another world. The rest of my home feels inviting and warm. It feels like a big hug. I feel safe and loved. But when I walk towards that room, I can feel hatred. It's like I'm in trouble. It feels separated from the rest of my home. It makes me feel horrible, terrible, and dreadful. It just feels wrong. It is cold and lifeless, like I stepped into another dimension, a void. And I have felt this way before it became our storage room. To the naked eye, it's just an ordinary storage room, but it feels like a dead man's zone. Kinda like the room doesn't want you to enter into it. If it could talk, it would tell you to get out. No, you must go. Then it would slam and lock its door. I feel like it's trying to hide some kind of deep, dark secret that it doesn't want you to know. The room is a dangerous entity. It feels like it's alive. Now, I'm experiencing weird dreams about the room, and believe me, they are just awful. In my dreams, I have been hung in this room, drowned, burnt, disemboweled, and decapitated. I have died in many ways, and none of it has been pleasant. I think this room has it out for me. It just doesn't make any sense. No one in my family understands why this particular room scares the hell out of me so badly. They don't understand the crippling fear this room sparks in me. When I look at it, it's the boogeyman that I see. It's just terrifying. I break out in a cold sweat. My heart starts to speed up. my teeth chatter, my knees shake. That room feels so evil and unholy. It wants to devour my soul, to take my life away. That room sees me as its prey. It wants to pull me down into its darkness. An overwhelming oppression. A complete bitterness. But I can't seem to resist the room's influence. This room has a hold on me. It is digging its claws into me deep. It's all-consuming. I yearn to break free, to be released. I know this sounds like madness, like I'm crazy. But this is real. This is how the room makes me feel. But I know eventually I need to try and face the music. I will have to deal with my demons. I keep having this feeling that this room will be the death of me. It wants me to be a part of its body count. I feel, if it had the chance, it would take me out. Without a doubt. But this may be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe this is the way it needs to be. And this is just me recognizing my ending. My destiny. Because something is telling me, if I enter and step one toe into that room, something bad is going to happen to me. It will be a real tragedy. So, I've consciously been avoiding that room, even though I have something important that I need to retrieve out of there. But I won't go back in there for it. I feel my life is at risk. So it can continue to hold what I need hostage. Nothing can make me enter back into that room of death. It's just not worth it. I just won't do it. Sadly, I really do need to go into that room. I need to retrieve my suitcase for a trip. But I made a plan. I'm going to run in, grab my suitcase, and get out fast. Unfortunately, no one is at home. It's just me, here, all alone. But I need to go inside. So I psyched myself up to enter the room. I walked up to the door, but I hesitate before I touch the doorknob. The feeling of fear is so strong. I thought to myself, I can't go in there on my own. But I ignored the feeling. I grabbed the doorknob, flung it open wide, and ran inside. I quickly located my suitcase. It was at the very bottom under an old box filled with books, and the boxes were piled up sky high. As I was trying to pull out my suitcase, I heard the creaking of the door slowly beginning to shut close. Suddenly, a heavy old grandfather clock tipped over and blocked the door. The room now has me where it wants me. The room tricked me. It seemed it had a plan of its very own. In a panic, I yanked the suitcase from underneath the boxes of books. I just wanted to escape this death trap of a room. But when I pulled out my suitcase, the heavy boxes started to shift and they fell down on top of me. The boxes crushed and trapped my legs. Now I can't move. But the worst part is none of my family will be back till the end of the week. This is when they are expected to be back at home. You see, I was going to surprise them and join them on the trip. I was supposed to work all this week, but I finished my project early, and today I was going to pack and leave to meet up with my family. But unfortunately, it looks like the evil storage room has finally gotten me.